anyway, so you might as well go ahead and subscribe, baby. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. Let's talk about it. This is Queen Sugar, Season 4, Episode 2. Baby, Ava! Sis! We ain't gonna call you auntie no more. Sis! You did that. Okay, you did that, girl. They ain't playing with us. They hitting us with the heat this year, and I'm here for it, okay? So I don't want to waste any time. This was an excellent episode. Let's go ahead and get to it. So Ralph Angel and Charlie talk about the book. Ralph Angel is still shocked about everything. He just trying to figure out why the hell would she do this to us and our family. Charlie says that she has a plan and she making some calls, and they are going to all confront Nova together and make her look them in the eye and, you know, explain what she has done to the family. And, you know, Ralph Angel is just upset about the whole thing. He like, I can't believe this. You know, what about Blue? What about the baby? She just hugs him and tells him that she got him. You know, she gonna be there for him. So their relationship really has grown over these past seasons, right? Because remember when they couldn't stand each other? You see, we got a new character in this story. Something tells me he's somebody from the past. He's helping this nice woman on the street fix her tire, or something was wrong with her car or whatever. And he say something about his daddy. His grandfather would have whooped him if he, you know, saw him leave somebody on the side of the road. It's just something about him that's just a little creepy. That's just a little, you know, skeezy. It's something about him that ain't right, okay? You get that feeling as soon as you see him. And let me tell you something. That David Allen Grill, if y'all ain't seen nothing, that nigga can act. He can play crazy. This how you know I'm older than 35 with it. I say he can play crazy real good, okay? He go from making you laugh 1 second to busting you upside your damn head the next second. If y'all haven't seen what I'm talking about, you have got to watch Tales from the Hood. Tales from the Hood is a perfect example of how a comedian can go to being like a fantastic actor and making you so afraid of him. Like, he is scary in that movie. Like, y'all gotta see it. I know it sounds crazy, but Tales from the Hood, David Allen Grier, he scared the hell out of me when I was a little kid, okay? And he just play abusive. It's like, you know, watch the movie. But David Allen Grier, perfect person for that kind of part, okay? Creepy guy. Vi and Hollywood, they at the diner, and you know, Vi is looking for Hollywood. They talking about he in the back doing inventory, but he really back there reading that book. So she goes back there and is like, what's going on? I got these people waiting, those people wait, get up, move your body. And so he hurries up and scoops himself up, and he puts the book on like a little file cabinet, kind of hiding with some papers on the top, and he going out there and help. So Blue and Ralph Angel are getting ready to go to New Orleans to a birthday party. I think that's what it is, or he getting them ready for something. And he talking to Blue. Blue said, you got this look on your face, and you know, because Ralph Angel is distressed. He distressed about this whole situation. Blue, you know, he kind of played off of Blue, and then he tells Blue, I just want to tell you that I love you no matter what nobody say, because he knows that once this information gets out, that kids are going to find out. I mean, they're going to find out, y'all. And I ain't even going to listen. We got more to talk about. I'm just going to keep on going. They hug each other. He love him. You know, Blue is like, okay, I love you too. You know what I mean? Like, why you acting like this? So Ralph Angel immediately heads over to Nova's house, and he confronts her about what's in the book, okay? She says, have you read the whole book? He says, no, I have read enough. I think it's called Mysteries in Blue, the chapter about Blue or something of that nature. And he said he just trying to understand why you would do this to the family. Why would you do this to Blue? He's like, well, I just, you know, want you to step back from him. And he like, girl, step back from what? Like, girl, this is my life. Like, how I'm gonna step back? And she was like, your story can help so many people. He was like, this is not a story, girl. This is my life. What is you talking about? You know everything I have been through. You was sitting right there with me when I got the paternity test results. And the one time I thought you was there with me, you just wanted something juicy and salacious to put in your book. And she's like, no, you acting like you the only person. This hoe said you acting like you the only person who raising a child that's not yours. And his story would be great research. And he was like, I'm not no damn research. I'm your brother. Girl, what are you talking about? And then she's like, well, when are you gonna tell Blue that you're not his real father? And he screams and knocks a picture off of the counter and is like, that's my son. Let me tell y'all something. I was so mad. I was hollering at the TV. I was screaming at the TV. I was arguing with the bitch. Okay, I'm hollering over Ralph Angel, screaming at the damn TV like my grandmother. Rest in peace, Mildred Weed, honey. If I didn't sound like Mildred hollering at the TV, like them people could hear me, I know something. Okay, they going back and forth. That's his son. That's not her call. And she's like, well, yes, that is your son, and I should have came to you beforehand, and I'm sorry. Well, it's too late for that now, girl. It's too late. And he tells her, well, they can sit down and they can talk about it, because that's when he was like, well, when he go to school, what you think is gonna happen? You know, somebody gonna say something, he gonna hear something. She's like, no, I can explain to him. We can all sit down and we can talk. And he tells her, you stay the hell away from my son. Well, first he tell her, you know, you were, if me and you ain't had the same mama and daddy, I'd call you the son of a bitch you acting like right now. And see, at that same time, Nova had her publicist and her whole team coming over to do an interview and take some pictures. So, you know, they come into the room. The one publicist is like, oh, Ralph Angel, this is your brother. Oh my God, I read your story. Like, it's so tragic. Like, I cried twice. Like, and his business is just fodder for people to make stupid ass comments like that about, girl, you done put these people. Listen, he turned around and said, stay your ass the hell away from my son. You have lost that privilege. And he walks out the house. Nova, I don't know what to tell you, sis. Like, I don't know what kind of healing you thought you was gonna get by doing this like this. I don't know how that was gonna happen, girl. But I don't, y'all, that ain't even the half of it. Superstar. When he said superstar, I was like, oh shit, he mad. Nova talks to her, whoever, her publicist, her editor, whoever. She says now she want to rework some shit, and you know, she want to think about some of the things she put in the book or whatever. And the publicist is like, no, I love your book. You know, sometimes, you know, when you become successful, you can't take everybody with you. Talking about her family. She like, they not everybody. This is my family. And she's like, oh, well, you know, it's too late now. The book is already in print. I mean, that just is what it is, girl. The book is already in print. Can't do nothing about it. Charlie, Hollywood, and Ralph Angel, they talk at the diner. Charlie asks Ralph Angel, why didn't he wait to go talk to Nova? They were supposed to do it together. Now they don't lack the element of surprise. And then she says a comment about him, you know, being hot-headed, to which he becomes hot-headed and says, what are you talking about? So it's like, now he all extra sensitive because of what Nova wrote in the book, clearly, okay? So anyway, she just says the element of surprise is lost now. They say something about, has Vi read the book? And they're like, no, well, we got to get to her before, we got to talk to her before Nova gets to her. And right then, Vi almost walks up and hears them, and you know, they play it off or whatever. So Ralph Angel gets up and leaves because he has to go bring Blue to a birthday party. So Charlie and Hollywood stay there and talk, and apparently this bitch done put Darla's story in the book as well. She has put the story about when Hollywood found her sleeping with somebody, laid up under somebody, and the baby laying right next to her in the damn crack house somewhere. Hollywood said that broke me down. He said, I don't know, that story should never be told. Nova, y'all know I don't fool with Darla like that much, okay? But that is not something that you want to put out there and and not tell somebody who is a former drug addict. This could send this girl into some type of tailspin. And with all the shit I used to talk about Darla, I would never want to see her go back to the place she was, girl. Never, okay? I ain't that evil. Nova, the fuck? When I was punching the air, bitch, the whole time. I'm punching the air. I want to fight her. Okay? I'm saying all this to say I want to fight her. I'd have beat that bitch ass. I don't even know. I'd have knocked everything over in the goddamn house. Bitch, I'd have came in the house just knocking shit down, cursing, and fighting. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. And I am a woman with 2 degrees, and I got all type of educations and careers, and I would have bet it all, bitch, and whoop that whole ass. Bitch. Now, I don't think they should, well, I'm gonna save that for the end, but I don't think they should not be brother and sister no more. Like, they should forever exit her from the family. But it's gonna have to be some major shit gonna have to happen before they can make that back. I don't know. Listen, I beat that bitch ass first though. I know that. She done put in the book about Darla and the whole story, and I said, Jesus. Ralph Angel apparently has not read this part in the book, so he don't even know that this is in the book yet. And Hollywood asks Charlie, is she gonna tell him? And she says, no, I'm not gonna tell him because this book ain't never gonna come out. I forgot to say at the end of the last episode, she did call her lawyer and try to get some papers together for a cease and desist. But I feel like she would have an issue with cease and desist because a lot of the information is public knowledge. Ralph Angel and Blue go to the birthday party and he runs into Miss Cuteness, Miss Deisha, okay, from St. Joseph. And while the kids at the party, they go take a little walk. First of all, she is pretty, and I love this chocolate coming together. Yes, I already said that, but she's so pretty. I was looking at her this week. I was like, oh, she looked like a little baby doll. She's so cute. Charlie is picking up Micah from the airport, and this is the first time we have seen him all summer. Okay, he comes back swagged up. He got a little locks starting to grow. He got a little beard coming in. I feel like they Beijinged and they went like this, okay? That boy that plays Micah is like in his 20s. Like, he's well into his 20s. But he looks 17, even with the beard and the hair and all that. He still look like a little boy, but he got some new clothes on. You know, he's swagged up, honey. He got fans when he come. The hoes is coming out trying to take selfies with him, and you know, Charlie looking at him like, what the hell? We all know Charlie is bougie. Now, I love me some Charlie, don't get me wrong, but that hoe be tripping sometime. Sometime I be on team Charlie, and sometime I be like, Charlie be tripping. Now, one way she get on my nerves is that she's very controlling. And so this is a perfect example of that. She's looking at him like, oh my God, your hair. Oh my God, your face. You know, like that's how she looking at him. And he had went on a European trip, and she said, you know, don't get used to all this private jets and fans and all of that, you know. He seems very grounded. He seems more grounded than I think they try to portray him when he starts getting off the plane, like his head is in the clouds, but he's a very grounded young man. And he says, you know, I just got some new clothes and a haircut. He can tell that she's perturbed by the way he looks, so he already rolling his eyes and smacking his teeth. You know, I just want to try something new, like you tried something new. You know, he hit her with that when she couldn't really say nothing. And she was like, what you mean? Well, you're not stop straightening your hair. You wearing your hair natural, so like it's cool for you, but it's not cool for me. And what she gonna say? She can't say nothing. Well, I just wish I would have had a heads up first. And he was like, no, I didn't tell you because I didn't want you trying to change my mind. So Micah is kind of coming into his own, and we all know that Charlie is a control freak, so she gonna have a problem with this. You know, this is gonna be a problem for her. She not gonna make it through this season without her and him arguing about respectability. This is just what this is involving, respectability politics. And Charlie definitely believes in it, and Micah is coming to his wokeness, and he ain't got time to be conforming for the white man, okay? While they sitting and talking, Nova is texting him, and he's all excited about talking to her, and then Nova calls him, and he answers the phone. Nova says she want to talk to Charlie, but Charlie like, nah, I don't want to talk to that bitch. I'll talk to her another time. And her and Micah go off and talking, and you can always see that Charlie is a little bit jealous of Nova and Micah's relationship. So it'll be interesting to see how that's gonna play out, child. Listen, woo, I don't know, it's a mess. He got Vi in Hollywood. So Vi come around in the diner and is like, what y'all was talking about? I know y'all was talking about some shit. Tell me what you was talking about. And he tried to play it off, you know, farm stuff. And she like, nigga, I'm gonna find out what you was talking about. Then we see Nova, she's cleaning up the pitcher, you know, and all the glass on the floor, and she kind of sits with it, and she starts getting upset, and then she calls her old friend, and we'll see who that friend is in a minute. So Micah also meets up with his friends, and they kind of talk about how he had trolls on social media. He wasn't on social media after he had made that prison speech, and he went to some groundbreakers conference, and he met with a lot of young activists, and the kids are kind of like, they talking about how they went to go see Ant, and now that he's going off to juvie, they can't go see him anymore. And so they're kind of like, I don't want to say jealous, but you can tell they like, damn, you was in Europe, you was in Paris doing your best life, you know, living your best life, and out here going to all these conferences where we visiting our friend in jail for some shit you did. Like, he went to jail for some shit you did, homie. Like, you can tell that little bit of, I mean, I guess. But, you know, they had a nice little reunion. Kiki came up and drove up, and, you know, they hugged each other. I thought they was breaking up, though, the last season. I thought they had kind of broke up because Micah was tripping. I could be wrong, though. But they happy to see each other. They kiss, and, you know, it's all cute or whatever. You see Ralph Angel and Deisha. They at the mall walking around. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that was Esplanade Mall. And they walking around, you know, they talking about what they do for a career. She already know he a farmer. She grew up on a farm. She don't know his history, okay? But she knew he grew up on a farm. And so eventually they get to what she does for a living, and we find out that she's a public defender. So she's a nice professional woman. She know her way around an argument. It's real cute. cute. It's real flirty. And I was really here for it. They gonna eat some beignets. It's real cute. Nova and the homie, you remember the dude that used to sell the weed for her or whatever? I think he's like a tattoo artist in New Orleans, if I'm not mistaken. You know, he asked her what she need, and she like, listen, it's been a long day, and I think I'm gonna have a whole bunch of long days like this, so I'm just gonna need a friend, and he said he'll be a friend to her. We see this new character once again. He stops somewhere and gets some food and, you know, going on about how he supports local businesses. And he's on his way to see somebody who worked in a restaurant a long time ago. So you can put two and two together and figure out that he's somebody who knows Vi, and he on the way to go and see Vi to head on down to the pie shop. We switch back to Ralph, Angel, and Deisha just for a minute to see that they're getting massages in the mall. And, you know, they flirt around a little bit more, and then he asks her out on a date, which I thought was cute. Now, I don't know if they done tried to date already once before, so maybe this time it will actually stick. But I'm not exactly sure. You know, maybe not. We'll see what's going to happen. But she definitely says yes. And I wonder if he's going to tell her about his criminal past on the date. Like, how is that going to work? And we also see at the same time, Darla is on a date with somebody from her therapy group. He was an ex-drug addict, too. He been clean for 5 years. He was fine as hell. He looked real good. Okay? And they have a nice little banter between each other. And he asks her, has she considered being a sponsor? And she says she has not considered, or she's still considering being a sponsor. She doesn't know if she wants to do it yet, and he, you know, he big up her and gas her like, you know, she gonna be a good sponsor or whatever. So they looked real cute together as well. Eye comes out of the back, and she has found the book. She plops it on the counter and tell Hollywood she found out what they was talking about. She knew what the hell, you know, they talking about something, you know, trying to keep something from her. And he's like, well, have you finished the book? And she said, well, no, I haven't read it. You said, you know, you didn't have time. And he was like, oh, well, she probably, don't tell me she put all of Ernest's business out, or all his skeletons out of his closet. And Hollywood is like, it's not just his skeletons. And he was like, if you haven't read the book, you need to read that book. So she don't want to read the book, but baby, you can feel, baby, I can feel it. I said, woo, it's like your grandmama seeing you in a porn video. You know what I mean? It's like, you gonna get the absolute worst. Oh my God. Nova. Why would you do this, girl? Charlie and Funky. Okay, Charlie and her boyfriend. She's kind of venting to her boyfriend while Nova is calling her. She ain't answering the phone, you know, and they discuss the fallout of what's going to be in the book. And he says, well, if everybody had put everything he had done in the book, you know, he wouldn't be passing it out to everybody either. Apparently in the past, you know, he's been passionate about a lot of causes, and maybe a little bit too passionate, did some things he didn't think through all the time. He says that he won't read the book because he wants to get to know Charlie for the person that she is right now. And so she's talking about taking legal action, and he's telling her, well, maybe that's not the best route to go. You should just talk to her because, you know, once you go legal, it might even make the story bigger and put more emphasis on the book. So this is something to consider. I like him with her because he seems to balance her out and keep her from doing the first impulse, which is to go in hard, right? You see Micah with his friends, and a white boy walked up to him in the group and was like, oh, Micah, you look different. I didn't recognize you. Oh, he must have watched too much Black Panther. And Micah proceeds to beat the shit out of him, which I wasn't necessarily against. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Don't try me, bitch. Okay, and you won't get knocked across your head. I just don't want him to go to jail. I like the fact that he's woke, but you know, you still gotta keep in mind when keeping it real goes wrong. So you can't go too far, because then you're gonna end up in jail, and then what the good you gonna do is when you in the system like the rest of them Negroes locked up. You know what I'm saying? Ralph, Angel, and Blue are coming home from the party, and he accidentally sees Darla kissing old dude on the porch. And you know, he feeling like, you can't really tell he mad or nothing, but he just looking like, damn, you know, it used to be my girl. It used to be my girl. And he wait for old dude to leave, and he sit on the porch with Darla, and they talk about, you know, them moving on from each other basically, and talking about things like the people that they're dating. And Darla tells him surprisingly that she's not ready to talk about that kind of stuff, because that means she gotta, you know, talk about the people that he dating, and she don't want to do that yet. And so they kind of have a nice moment. It was very nice for her to tell him, for him to tell her that he wants her to have happiness, and for her to say, well, the same to you, I want you to have happiness. So they have really grown as parents and people, and I think that maybe they're not ready to just flaunt, you know, dating. They're not that comfortable yet. They're like 95% there, but they can date without, you know, talking about the shit just yet, you know. So I feel like, I don't think they're gonna get back together. I'm just gonna be honest with you. And if they do, I feel like it'll be like at the end of the series, they'll get back together or something like that. Oh, and the dude that was trying to kiss Darla, he was trying to get in her house, and I ain't feel that, okay? When he was like, I can see you inside. Bitch, you can see me at your house. Go to your house, nigga. Micah is at Nova's house getting cleaned up, and he's kind of explaining his point and his reasoning. And he had all the right reasoning to beat the boy ass. I mean, he ain't just gonna let nobody make fun of black culture and this other things that he learned when he was in Paris about the first way you tear people down is you make a joke out of their culture and all this and that. And Nova agrees with him. But one thing Nova did not tell him was, nigga, you can't be fighting everybody, though. Like, you can't be doing all of that. But she don't tell him that, which is the problem, okay? Which is the problem, that Charlie gotta be the bad guy, that Nova don't never, like, be an adult and tell him don't be fighting people. You know what I mean? And he talking about he have zero tolerance now, so you just gonna go to jail? Anywho, she tells him, I want you to be the first person who have an autographed copy of my book. Like, I feel like she's wrong. I just feel like she's wrong for doing this. You are not his mama. You are not, like, girl, like, his mama should be the one to sit down and talk to him and tell him what's in that book before he reads it. And you are, like, totally using your close relationship with him to color the way he sees the book. Like, oh my goodness, we gonna get to it. Micah and Charlie argue. She finds out that he got in a fight, and you know, she's upset about it. And she said how he looks and how he's perceived matters. And he's upset, and he said that he's not gonna twist himself up to be making white people comfortable. You know, the dreads is what he want to do, and that's what he want to do or whatever. And now, what was the difference with the high top fade? Well, high top fades can be perceived differently. So this is respectability politics, okay, which I don't believe in. I was on Micah's side this time. Let the boy wear what he want to wear, because at the end of the day, none of that's gonna protect you from nothing. Micah got snatched out the car and a gun stuck in his mouth and all of that stuff, and made to suck on the gun, and he had the flat top, and he was, you know, square. He was going to school, you know, straight laced, and that still happened to him. So if it can happen to him like that, then what's the damn difference? But she made the argument, if it's between life and death, of course it's something that I could live with. And he tell her he not gonna diminish himself no more. So, you know, she just gonna have to get it together. And he was like, and she said something about what I know you probably got that from Nova. And he says it don't have nothing to do with Nova. But since you want to talk about Nova, who is the one who recognized that he pissed his pants when he got arrested that night and gave her jacket to him so that he wouldn't be embarrassed. And she wasn't out there screaming at his daddy in the parking lot. She was actually helping him. That was Nova. See, this is where Charlie goes wrong. She try to control everything and tell everybody what's best for them and kind of just letting people find their own way in life. You know what I mean? She can't control everything. And that's why, because Nova she don't really do nothing but just be like a guiding auntie, you know what I mean? And so now it's like he going to her, but Nova couldn't be nobody parent. She couldn't deal with the hard shit that Charlie have to deal with. So, but I do feel like Nova don't discipline, or she don't emphasize that you don't need to go to jail. Like, every once in a while she do when shit get out of control, of course.
When he burnt that shit down, you know what I mean? Then she talked to him, but the whole other time she bucking him up to be a revolutionary. There's nothing wrong with that, but we don't want the nigga be in jail before he can actually revolutionize something. You feel what I'm saying?
After this, Charlie is pissed the hell off. Now she pissed for real. So she goes over to Nova and she tells her, I'm ready for your ass now, okay? She says that basically what you put in this book is poisoning my son against me. Now, I don't think that's true, but I do think that the way Nova wrote the book, the things that she says about her sister are very inflammatory, and this is Micah is just a natural thing that he's going to resent his mom and how feel some type of way about it, okay? So she says he came to me because, you know, he can't come to you because you always, and she kind of cut herself off. Charlie was like, girl, just go ahead and say it. Like, bitch, say it in my face, okay? Because you said it in the book. You had to say everything, but no, you know what? Don't even worry about it. Never mind, because it says, my sister was grown up in privilege, washed in whiteness, and she used her light skin as a seal and a sword, child. And she was complicit in the oppression of black bodies. I said, and that wasn't even half of it, honey. I said, well, damn. Really? That's how you feel about your sister? And you don't feel like y'all should have had a conversation before you put that shit in a book? Wow. To which Charlie says the same thing. Really, bitch? But this is 300 pages of hate about how much you hate your sister. And she says, oh, I love you. And she's like, girl, you don't love me. This is not love. This is hate. This is betrayal. Well, everything I said is public knowledge. Don't justify your shit where everything I said is public knowledge. That was the cop-out. And I would have beat that bitch up. That's what I'm saying. Like, when you would say something like that to me where everything I said is public knowledge. No, it ain't. Everything you said is not public knowledge. And that ugly-ass opinion you wrote, And all that stuff that paragraph she just read, that ain't public knowledge. That's how you feel. Low key, Nova got her own issues to work out because Charlie wasn't even no love child. We found out about all of that shit. So whatever issues she have about her mom and her daddy leaving and all that shit, she need to work that shit out in therapy. Okay, I'm over her ass. And she says, I was using y'all for example of how, you know, women participate in the patriarchy or whatever. And she's like, girl, I am not an example, girl. I'm your sister. And then Nova's like, well, girl, I mean, you did do X, Y, and Z, girl. I mean, you did do that. And you're not alone in it. I mean, I laid myself bare as well. You know, I said that the stuff I did to Too Sweet was my fault. And I was participating in the system that, you know, put black boys in jail. And she's like, listen, if you want to lay yourself bare, that's different. That's you. Yourself and your family are two different things. Well, I was writing about an American family. And she said, girl, when Micah read this, he gonna think I'm a monster. He trusts you. Okay? Take that in, y'all. He trusts you. So when he reads this about his mother, he's going to believe it. And she's like, no, I will talk to him. Here you go once again. No, I will talk to him. It won't be like she said, girl, you need to stop this. You don't realize the consequences of this book that you are putting out. And then she tells her, I can't stop it. It's too late. You know, it done already went to print. And girl, she walked over there and tore that picture up that Micah had took of them last season. Y'all remember? She tore that shit up and threw it on the floor and walked out. I said, well, Nova just sat up there looking dumb. How could you? Listen. Vi starts to read the book, okay? When she starts to read the book, I say, ooh. How she said, ooh, bitch, ooh. When she put her head back and said, no, she didn't. No, this mother bitch did not just tell my damn business. No, she did not. I can't believe this lady said this about this doggone. Woo, child, listen, it's gonna be a mess next week because I'm gonna tear her a new one. The new character checking into the hotel, and guess who it is? Jimmy Dale. Came back to raise hell. The fallout is necessary. So what I was gonna say at the beginning of the episode, this was a good episode. I don't think they should ever be brother and sister again, but I do think Nova needs to feel the wrath, and she needs to feel the weight of what it feels like when you betray your family, you do shit behind your family back and don't tell them. Y'all know how black people are about their business, and I feel like this is a whole commentary on how black people are secretive and we don't tell shit in the family. You know, what happened at my house, stay in my house, you know, all of that type of stuff. I feel like this is a whole commentary on that, and I get it, but at the same time, you're not gonna lay my shit bare without me giving you permission. Like, it's just not right on a fundamental level. You don't put people business in the street like that without getting their permission, number one. And number two, all these horrible things, like, you're very harshly judging the members of your family. It do sound like you trashing your family, whether or not that's the goal. The ends do not justify the means, ma'am. This is not how it's supposed to be. I feel like you might feel this way about all these people because what she's saying about them is not necessarily untrue, okay? Charlie did participate for years in that system where she helped the players, and you know, Ralph Angel do have a short fuse and he was immature and all of these things I understand, but I feel like if you felt that way about your family, you should have talked to your family about it. Like, why somebody said in the comments last week and it made sense. Why wouldn't you just write a novel and use pseudonyms? Make up different people, not use your actual family. Because when you you talking about your family, girl. This your family. You should sit down and talk to them if you feel this strongly about the way they behave and the things that they've done. You should talk to them because the language that she uses in the book is just so harsh. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. When she told when she told Charlie everything I used in that book was public knowledge, I would have flew over the table and beat that bitch to the mother floor. I don't even know if I would have waited that long. When I would have read that paragraph about myself and my own sister, I'd have beat that bitch ass. I'm just being honest with y'all, and I love Jesus, okay? And I do. But that's just some stuff that's just not acceptable. Not from your family. I'm not gonna throw my family under the bus for nobody. Period, ever. I just feel like as famous as your sister is, your brother-in-law, cause I mean, whoo, child, that stuff she put in that book about Blue. When people read that, poor baby. She just do shit. And how long I've been saying this, y'all? If y'all been watching me since season 2, right? Y'all been watching me since season 2. How long have this bitch been doing anything? Forget the consequences. A long ass time. And it's time for her to come to a reckoning because she can't do this to people. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't have no problem with you being a journalist and you speaking truth to power and you know, feeling free to write what you need to write. But you can't just be writing shit about other people that's going to affect their life and their businesses and their children. And girl, what the hell is wrong with you? I want to fight her. I was literally punching the air. Like I said, y'all was punching the air, arguing back and forth like the people can hear. So I want to hear what y'all thought about the episode this week. I thought it was a fantastic episode. They writing the hell out this season, okay? Got me all in my feelings. So deep in my feelings. I'm all in my feelings, y'all. So I want to hear what you thought about this episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You here anyway, so you might as well go ahead and subscribe, baby. Go ahead and hit that subscribe. Follow me on social media. You can at WatchDawnOfA on Instagram and on Snapchat. Come on and follow me. I ain't got that many followers, y'all. Come on and follow me. I'm trying to build my little page up, okay? So holla at me over there. I post all kinds of things and, you know, let you guys know when I have new videos up and all those things. You get a little sneak peek backstage. My life. All right, I will see y'all next week. Have a blessed one. Peace.